A little bit to, that side of things.
This film, crazy enough, had a great impact on quite a bit of people, all around the world. And that being said, just when you're able to see how it is that people are impacted, they had Jeffrey Katzenberg, which is a founder of DreamWorks, or one of the founders of DreamWorks. But with that being said, he said that he fell in love with the first story. And he says, but when it came to a close, credits rolled and everything, it really left him wanting to know more. For people that had an opportunity to see the first film, what you kind of walk away with is that you get this amazing American love story. Prison is more of a backdrop, or our family's experience with the carceral state had more of a backdrop effect in the first film, whereas in the second film, it's just the opposite. And when the first film came out, it came out just on the other side of George Floyd's publicly seen murder. And that being said, we were in what we then knew as the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. And so this film and art and activism and all of those types of things that were social justice focused, they really took life in another kind of way. This film was no different. And so when it came about of it, like I said, just many of the people that were left, stuck in the system, because when the credits roll, real lives were happening, real things were still happening, and even for our family, real things were still happening for us as well, because as you saw in this film, I walked out of prison on a particular date, but at the same time, I still have 40 years worth of parole still hanging and lingering over my head. So with that being said, as we started touring the film, a lot of people kind of wanted to know, well, how is it that you got out of prison? You watch Fox in the first film, answer a lot of phone calls and talk to a lot of people in authority, but very few people know the backstory to what was actually going on behind those phone calls, and the various courts that we were fighting in order to get myself out of that situation. And so as we started touring, people wanted to know, well, how did you get out? Or what mechanism did you use? Was it an act of mercy from your governor that caused you to get out? What happened? And so that being said, the second film became what we call the social impact portion of the first film. The first film had an impact in the sense that it started people talking, and it started a certain segment of our population talking about a subject matter that's not easy to talk about, especially when you're talking about it with people on the other side of the aisle. And so with that being said, this second film was a necessity. So it came out of necessity. This is, in fact, the social impact portion of Time One, because this film gives people the practice that we do every day in the city of New Orleans, state of Louisiana, but that we do all across this country through participatory defense, where we teach legal awareness as the best form of defense to people that are system impacted. And so as you've seen on the film, we judge our success by the amount of time that we save someone, opposing the amount of time that they've been sanctioned to serve. Right. And looking at the numbers, we've done some significant work in teaching people what we've grown to learn as best practices after having spent almost 30 years entangled in the system. So that is what we're striving to do through this panel discussion and the Time 2.
Thank you.